Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
It's that time again. Time for another rad response. And today I'm going to be responding to Arsenio Bernard. Now I'm going to share this actual comment thread, the full thread, before I get into the actual rad response. Arsenio Bernard says, "And how are y'all mad at somebody for making money every way they can? That's like telling a company like Apple, hey, you can make enough off the iPhone and no need to come out with an iPad, or telling an athlete not to take a shoe deal with Nike because they make enough money already playing sports." And then I said, how are you not mad at a millionaire begging his audience for microtransactions on Patreon? Angry Joe is supposedly for the gamers. Well, fuck, shouldn't he be telling his angry army to spend their hard-earned money on video games and not his entitled ass? Then Arsenio says, well, first off, AJ runs his channel like a business. He pays other Joe, Alex, and Dell. And I'm sure he pays other people for graphic work. And he's not forcing anyone to give him money. The option is out there for people who want to do it. I've been following him for years, and not once have I thought about donating. And if you watch his reviews, weather? Like the weather outside? If it's a movie or a game, he'll say if the game is worth the $60 or wait for it to go on sale. And same for movies. If it's a good movie, he'll say, go see it. And if it sucks, he'll say, don't waste your money. Wait for it to go on Netflix. And lastly, he has been a workaholic for over 10 years. I remember a few years ago, his fans got mad because he wasn't putting out enough content and got mad at him asking time off. Did you mean to put a 4 in there also? Seems like you could have worked on your comment a little better there, Arsenio. He works his ass off. And if he was doing something wrong, he would not... I'm adding a not here. If he was doing something wrong, he would not have 3.2 million subs on YouTube. Just a butchered comment there, Arsenio. You're lucky I'm even giving your ass a rad response. But maybe you might say it's part of the reason I'm giving this a rad response, because it's such a stupid fucking comment. And here's my rad response to Arsenio. Not to be confused with the late night talk show host from the 90s. Laugh out loud. Workaholic? Apparently, you actually have no goddamn clue how easy playing video games and then uploading videos talking about those video games is. There are literally thousands of people who do it every day here on YouTube, and most of them aren't begging on Patreon for $100 a month to do it. Have you ever actually worked your ass off at a real job before? I have. Most people have worked hard at times in their life. Joe is currently not one of those people. Out of all the idiotic things said in your idiotic comment, this thing is probably the most comical to me. Do you believe dressing up in silly costumes and making angry faces on YouTube is harder than being a surgeon or a paramedic? As an employed YouTuber with 5 years of consistent quality commentary uploads, I can assure you this isn't hard work. And I can only imagine how easy it would be if it was my only job to do. And his fans actually became angry because he disabled his comment section due to criticism that an unemployed man was taking a 2-month vacation from playing video games while they actually had real jobs where a vacation is usually barely a week. 2 months isn't a vacation, it's a hiatus. And this was at a time when Joe's channel was barely doing any of his angry game reviews, which would be the only thing most of his audience actually want to see. So, this so-called man literally has the audacity to expect people to give him up to $100 a month to make silly faces like a jackass and act like a child on his channel with his fake anger. And it is fake anger. Do you actually think a millionaire is gonna be losing his shit over video game stuff? He is playing a character now. The old Joe that actually had passion in the beginning is dead and gone. The old Joe that would call out the greedy game companies taking advantage of their own audience using a character called Corporate Commander has become Corporate Commander himself. As for his YouTube numbers, which are meaningless by the way when it comes to actual quality, as some of the biggest channels are some of the worst, 3.2 million subscribers doesn't make you right. It doesn't mean you are doing something right. It just means you happen to have lots of subscribers. The YouTube algorithm favors certain channels and recommends those channels to others. There are far superior channels to Angry Joe right now that no one knows about. Channels that don't need to cater their style directly to man children, which makes up the bulk of Joe's simple-minded audience. You sound like one of these simple-minded people yourself with your poorly constructed arguments for Joe's sympathy-garnering e-begging. You claim he's not forcing anyone to give him money, like that actually excuses a millionaire having a $100 Patreon tier. It does not. Do you actually think Joe would ever be stupid enough to charge people $100 to view his uploads? I guarantee you his channel would not survive if he actually did what you are somehow giving him credit for not doing. Would you pay $100 a month for a handful of his uploads talking about video games and movies? Do you not value your money at all? Right here, right now, make the argument as to why anyone with a functioning brain should hand over $100 a month to a YouTube stranger. I'll wait. Go on. You tell me you have never thought about donating, yet you somehow believe others should donate up to $100. Explain this blatant hypocrisy while I fetch my popcorn. To summarize, Angry Joe is not a workaholic, because uploading hobby videos on a hobby platform talking about and yelling about video games is not now, never has been, and never should be considered actual work. Neither is this. Correcting fools like yourself is quite an enjoyable hobby.